About 2 years ago, I published a video that was like 5 reasons why I moved to Cambodia. And I watched it recently and I got to thinking, yeah, how has my life changed in the 4 years, because I've been here almost 4 years, since I've moved to Cambodia. And it kind of surprised me because, it just didn't happen all at once, all of a sudden, boom, it creeps up on you and you really don't realize how much you've actually changed or how much I've changed in the 4 years until I sat down and thought about it after watching that video again. So I want to talk about that now. One of the biggest changes for me living here is dignity. And I don't mean that in a poetic way. I meant that very literally. I can afford a nice apartment. Well, it's not a luxury apartment with a nice huge pool up on the roof, but it's solid. It's clean and quiet most of the time, and it's very comfortable. It's a place that actually feels like mine, and I kind of really didn't have that back in the States. I live in a neighborhood that feels good to walk through, not isolated, not sterile. There are food stalls, kids riding their bikes, and I always want a high five or a fist bump, People who recognize me. It really feels lived in. Back home, that kind of setup, I always felt just out of reach. Like even doing everything right still wasn't enough. Of course, here in Cambodia, the money goes further. And that changes more than just numbers on my budget. It changes how you carry yourself throughout the day. When your basics are covered, your nervous system relaxes. That's something I didn't understand before. I'm not constantly doing mental math, not always calculating what I cannot afford to do this month. I eat very well. Oh yeah. I can fix my motorbike when it breaks or whatever. And I can take a nap when I want to. If I get sick, it's not a crisis, just go to the hospital if I need to. You've probably seen the videos before. If not, well, check them out. If something unexpected happens, it doesn't mean that it's going to derail everything. That's dignity to me, not luxury, not status. Just being able to take care of myself, and live like normal kind of ish. The climate also plays into this too, more than I expected. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it rains. But life here is built around that reality. Like, for instance, when it rains, well, you'll start to understand that usually it doesn't start raining until 4 in the afternoon, so do what you need to do in the morning, and get home and then just enjoy the rest of the day. And the heat, well, you just move early. Slow down when it starts to get hot, and then just do what you need to do in the evening when it's cooling down. My body feels a lot better here, less resistant, less pushing. Back home, the seasons always felt like something to endure, especially living in northern Minnesota in the winter. And like I've said before, the only white I wander underneath my feet is sand. Even here, hard days feel more open, more breathable. If I'm not feeling good, I'm still very relaxed. So this all affects your mood, your patience, and your energy. My mindset has shifted because of all of this. I think I mentioned before, I've slowed down. I don't rush as much. I don't take small problems personally, and I don't let them bother me. And things take time here, and sometimes things just don't work the way you want them to. You just got to accept that. At first, that really bothered me. I wanted efficiency. I didn't really realize that I was kind of a little bit of a control freak back in the States because, well, that's a survival technique, I guess. Now I have more space for things to just happen. Or if something doesn't happen today, it'll probably happen tomorrow. Or maybe it won't. And that's okay too, most of the time. I've stopped treating every little inconvenience like a personal failure. That alone has made my life feel a lot better. The community here feels a lot different. Back home, community was mostly friends, the people that you choose. Here, it's a bit wider than that. The people that you see every day but don't really know. Person who sells you your coffee in the morning, that neighbor that notices if you've been on a trip and been gone for a couple of days. You're not anonymous in the same way. There's a quiet accountability to that. You sense that you're part of the daily rhythm, whether you try to be or not. But if you don't try, it's just going to make things a little bit more difficult for you. I've realized that, and that kind of centers you, kind of grounds you. None of this means life here is easy, because sometimes it isn't. There are days when the language just feels really heavy, and you're trying to get something taken care of. And sorry, I've really tried to learn languages. Some people can. I just absolutely cannot, but I digress. And days when systems don't work, days when I feel very far from where I came from, but not too often. I kind of got over that real quick. And there's always that question in the background, how permanent is this here? And where do I actually belong now? Living between two places isn't always, comfortable. Like for instance, when I go back to the States and visit, I don't feel like I fit in as much as I used to there. But here, I'm still not a full local. That's kind of in between, living. That's just weird. You got to think about it if it happens to you. But anyways, 4 years in, I don't think Cambodia fixed me. That's not really how life works. But it changed the conditions around me. It gave me room to breathe and to take care of myself properly, and to move through the day without constant tension, living with more dignity, listening to my body, letting my mindset just frickin' do what it wants to do. I don't know where all this leads to yet, but right now it feels real. And for me, that's enough. It makes me feel good being here, and I'm trying to be more attuned to my mindset, how I react to things, and that's just the way it be. Okay. Well, I really hope you liked that video. That was kind of me opening up a bit. I always try to be transparent, but hey, if you like this video, go ahead and thumbs up. You can share it with your friends, or if you don't like it, share it with your enemies. But I'm really grateful that you're here, and if you're still here, you're my #1 fans, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.